Hey, welcome back, and how you all going? I hope you're all doing well and everybody's happy. And looking at another episode of what we're going to do. And what we're going to do, we're move on with our obsession of folding knives. Yeah, trying to get the processes perfect and as good as we can get them anyway. So yeah, let us proceed. You might have seen some of the other videos, you might not have, but anyway, if you're new to the channel, well, welcome along, and if you're old to the channel, well, welcome along as well. So here we go, a few folding knives sitting on the table, bit of bits and pieces and everything else. So we'll take a bit of a close-up at that and we'll get stuck right into what we're doing, yeah? Let's go. So in essence, what's been going on, if you can see that in the dark and dinginess, I've been making a few folding knives, and what I'm trying to do is get my process a bit better and a little less guesswork, as it were. So I made a few, that being the first one, the second, and that the third, I think. Not sure, but anyway, this is the fourth one. We'll go with that anyway, and we'll look at what we've got going on. So I'm pretty happy with that one there. Was just a bit of offcut I found in the river. I've got two other knives that I made out of that, so I just used what was left. That one there, I've gone a bit different from that design. So what I've got here is a blade profile that I really like. So what I've done is I think I've got my springs sorted, and those ones I was just guessing and having a go and tweaking and all the rest. So I think I've got my springs sorted, so that's what that is there. So what you're looking at is a couple of patterns, as it were. I've hardened and tempered that, Didn't put much of a temper on it because I want it pretty hard. I'm going to try and use it for a file guide. If nothing else, I'm going to stick it on there and scribe around it, and same with the spring, so I can get that pretty right. There we've got the liner, so that's all good. We've got our fastener things to put in there, which I may change, who knows. And that's the pin sort of situation I'm dealing with. Got my rise and fall indicator. Here we go. And I've got a little thing to flatten out the pins. And I've got some exotic hardwood, which I should label, because as soon as people give it to me, they name it. And I keep forgetting. But never mind, that's another story. So there's my new blade I'm going to go with, my new spring. So I'm going to use these patterns that I made up, and I'm going to put them on, draw through, scribe them out, and see how this all goes, See if we can get the process going a bit quicker and see what happens at the end. See how far we go, yeah? Rightio, let's go with that. So yeah, what I said or might not have said or whatever anyway is, have another go at this. I've got a spring here. Pretty happy with that spring on the last folding knife. Worked pretty good. Got the right tension. I'm thinking it doesn't hit on the back in here when it closes, all the rest of it. The blade, you might note, I've changed the blade up a bit from one of the other ones. It's all prototyping and all that sort of stuff, so it's just suck it and see, really, and just see how things turn out. I've had that on the dial indicator thing, and those are pretty close. So what I want to do now, I'm going to glue this onto there, and I'm going to glue that onto there. I'm going to drill that hole through, drill these two holes, and then I'm going to scribe around and mark out where I've got to cut it or grind it up, you know what I mean. So we'll do that, yeah. I'll get a bit of the old super glue, or elephant glue, whatever you want to call it, put that around there. Oh, crikey. And we'll do the blade as well, other side. Try not to get it on the finger lingers. There we go. Got acetone over there if I need it. So I'll just put that there, position it where I'm pretty happy with it, which is right there. Push it down, let it stick. And I'll still clamp it down when I drill it and all the rest. And then we'll just use a bit of heat and get it off. So put a heap of that on there. I haven't taken any scale off. Should have put more marking glue on it, but it ran out. And here we go. I know it's everywhere. Beautiful. So what I also might do is leave those on there. Once I hit the 2x72, of course that'll heat it up and those come off. I'll scribe it, but I'll start grinding with that on there. And I'll use it for a file guide as well once I get a bit further down the track. So that should be good. That should be stuck. Don't really want to stick it to the bench. Careful of that. So there we go. So we'll let that dry, harden, whatever you want to call it, and we'll blaze on with drilling the holes. Here we go, let's drill. Now if you can see that in the first pocket knife I ever made, I'll just make a mention. What I did is shaped all this up, try to get it even around a centre punch hole, and then I drilled the hole, and what happened was the hole wandered a little bit with the old drill bit, which could happen, and so it was difficult to get it right again. So what I do now is I drill the hole first, and then if anything moves, I can align these around there. So I know what you're probably thinking. Well, I don't know what you're thinking actually, but yeah, probably not. Wasn't the best idea, but it's what I did at the time. So now, lessons learnt. We'll move forward. So we'll do the 6mm hole first because that's what it is, and we'll get that in there. We can line it up. Put the light on. No, it's off. Put the laser on. Yeah. Didn't expect that, but we got away with it. Nice. Deburr that later. Right. 3.2 or 3mm or whatever this is in the spring. So if you can see that in the camera, as close as I can get it, edges yarn flat, never mind, we'll do it best we can. So the top's pretty good. So all I've got to do there is give that a bit of a file, get that down. That should be hardened as, that should be soft, it's been annealed, so that's all good. Down here I've got a few options. If I put too much heat in, the super glue will melt naturally, it'll come off. And down here, so what I think I'm going to do, I could hacksaw that and that, which I may do. There's plenty of glue on the rest of the blade, should hold it in, or I could take it to the old bandsaw and do that, which I'll probably do that actually. Just down there and then file up the rest. And then once that's done, the rest of it, which isn't so crucial, I'll take it over to the 2x72 and take that stuff off there. So let's do that. So there you go. I've got in as close as I can, so you hopefully see it. The glue came off the spring, as you would have seen, but that's all right because I can pin it. I'm not too worried. I'm going to work on this blade part yet. It's not a lot to take off there, but yeah, hopefully we'll start with got an array of files and we'll give it a burst, eh? Here we go. So here we go again. So this little wee file I'm using here is pretty much brand new, so I don't want to take off a lot at the time. I've got to keep it flat that way. I've got to keep it flat that way too, as best I can. There's not much there, not much there. So let's keep going. Slipped off. So yeah, we're going to get there. It's still going to take a wee while, but we're going to get there. So that's good. I'm happy with this. I'm going to go down to a finer file when I get there, and naturally there'll be a bit of allowance left for polishing her up and all the rest. Neighbour's going hard on the weed whackers. Done my hard work for the day, so here we are in the garage doing this. You might note, and you might not, you might see there's a little divot in there, because if you know anything about folding knives, which you probably know a lot more than I do, which wouldn't be hard, you only want to hit it on 2 points, and that'll hold it nice and tight when it's in the, what do they call it, half stop. Yeah. So I'm going to take that little groove out of there now with a chainsaw file. Right, might be a bit of a blip in the camera. Had to cool it off, let it cool down. Already killed one by overheating it, so I don't want to do that again. Right, this part here, get that in focus if I can. All for my eyeballs and yourself, but yeah. Oh, we've had a split. We've had a split. Oh no. Right, no, never mind. That'll be good enough. So what I'll do is get the improvised, whatever you call these things on there. Right, again, if you're new to making these, Crucial part is when that spring comes on, I want to hit in here, and I want to hit it up in this corner here. I don't want it hitting down in that middle piece. It's probably a bit focused in for you to see properly, but in there I don't want it hitting here. I only want it 2 points because that'll hold it stronger, methinks. It's looking all right so far, people. You probably can't see that because it's hidden in the wrong camera angle, but it's not a lot here to do. Right, I'm going to take it over and do the other side, so let's have a quick look if that'll focus in there. Naturally, this piece here can chainsaw file, this is my pointer. Naturally, this piece here, when I shake that down, get up there, on the 2x72, I may have to do some tweaking on this front edge here. But that's pretty good. That's very good. So now I've just got to do the underside. If this is not quite right on that front face, then I can adjust the spring, yeah? So that's not going to be a major issue. Let's do the other part, and then we, yeah, nearly there, yeah? Cool, thank you. So for some reason, I can't actually remember why I did it. This kicks up here a little bit. Can't actually remember if it's important or not. What is important is to keep it flat to there, because that's where the spring's going to hold it, and what it's going to do is hold it there like that in the blade, and it's going to stop it, it's going to lock it. Otherwise, what I have to do is put in a pin in the liners and everything so it comes around and hits here, which I may do anyway, just to stop it going over and dinging up your edge. Food for thought anyway, yeah? Let's go. That file is total overkill, but what it means is I can rip a heap of material off with confidence that I'm not going too far because I've got the guide underneath, rather than take it to the rise and fall indicator, bring it back, take it over there, bring it back, and all the rest of it. Thank you. Well, yeah, I'm happy with that. So it's springtime. Hopefully that boards it to tears. I might fast forward, you know what I mean. And so I'm sort of happy with that. I've got another file I need to find, and so I'll get back at you when I find that. So now we'll give this one a burst. Got it pinned up. Got to get that front right. Yep. Let's go. So again, I've got a wee bit of a dip in there, hollow. I don't know if that's important or not, but what I do need to get is this pretty straight here. I need it hitting here on that corner and somewhere out here. So I'll just follow this and get it there. So I'm not 100% how much of that you saw till I go and edit it, yeah. The old card got full and everything went a little bit sideways, but never mind. Hopefully we got most of it. It's just filing anyway. And I'm pretty sure everyone's confident doing that. But this part's done. So the hinge is done. The blade is done. And we're ready to go to the dial indicator. Take off those pins and stick it on the thing there. So that being said, it has saved a lot of time. Give you a lot of footage of filing on there, no doubt. But yeah, it has saved me a lot of time and it's doing what it's supposed to do. I might have already said that. You might have heard it. Don't know. I haven't quite got the confidence because this is the first time I used it. I might be repeating myself, but never mind. Yeah, that part's skating the file really well. So this thing's working good as I intended. But the proof is in the pudding, again, like I might have said. And so we'll go up to the indicator thing and we'll see how close we got it. Yeah, there'll still be more tweaking, no doubt. So there's the blade sort of done and that end for the filing you've just seen me doing. Coming off and using the other one for the pattern sort of thing, file guide. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a fine scribe line I've put in there. So we're not worried too much about the old rise and fall indicator at the moment. Because that one's flat, that one's not, and this one here is, I don't know either. So that's in the open position, and I've just put a line on there. If you haven't got one of these, this is another good way of doing it. Fix it here and have a look there. So move it around to the half stop, which will be around about there, I think. And you can see that line's lining up pretty good there still. And then move it around to the closed position. And probably too much finger. And anyway, you probably can't see that's behind it, but the line is pretty good. There'll still be a little bit of tweaking up to do, but yeah, that's not too bad. So from here, there's a bit of a hook there, but we'll remedy that. Get that there. What we're going to do, I'll fold up the inside. We can see that inside of the spring here, and the rest, like I say, I'll 2x72 off later on. So I'll put that into there. Of course, that'll lock in position. So that's nice and tight there. I don't know if we're close enough to actually see. Oop, so it's hitting there, and it's hitting down here, but it's not in the corner. So those 2 points should hold it pretty good. I'll fix it there, but of course, when I do this now, I can get to there pretty good. And like I say, I don't know what that gauge is doing because I haven't held the other end of it. So it'll probably move a bit. I'll have a look. And yeah, it's a little bit out, but we'll fix that. But of course I can't get all the way because I've got all this stuff in the way. So from here, what we're going to do, we're going to go to the 2x72, do some rough shaping around here, and do the inside of this. So we've got a bit of clearance. Yep, all good. So there you have it, if you can see that. Yeah, pretty happy with those patterns that I was using out there to get that mark on there. It's definitely cut my time down by over half, easy. I've got that rocking in there, hitting there, exactly where I want it to be. I've pinned this end here so I can still roll around. The only problem I am having, or the issue I do have, is that this indicator's not ideal. It's pretty hopeless, really. So what I've done, I've just put a scribe line around here. So I'll bring that around. I don't know if you can see that or not, but get to there. Still on the scribe line, pretty good. Get back to here, and it's not too far out on that, but every time I do it, I get a slightly different reading. So in time, I might have said in the other video, in time, what I will do is invest in a digital one or something else. It's just, yeah, not ideal. It's moving around. It's going all over the place. So, yeah, not the best. But I'm happy with that. That looks pretty close to me. Will it be close enough? They'll tell when we fit it together and put a handle and everything else on it. But so far, I'm pretty happy with that. These patterns worked pretty good, and I'm happy with the system and happy with the way it's working. So yeah, that's all good. I'm happy with that. So I'm thinking that's another one done and dusted. Pretty happy with the results there, to be fair. And I've done what I set out to achieve in this little episode, as it were. Got my little pattern there, as you've seen, hard and tempered, and this one here, the spring. We put them on there, and like I said, I need to change this dial indicator because it's really not doing the job. But that's another thing to do in the future. So that's working pretty good. Going to give that a polish up. Yeah, going to give that a bit of a polish up and ready. I think it's pretty good. I'm happy with it. It's lining up to the mark, so that's all good. That'd be great. Yep, so from here, what I've got to do, like I said, polish her up. And yeah, I'm just going to change I think I'm going to change up the old liners. I might use some brass or something. Try something a little different to the stainless steel. Because, yeah, but I don't know yet. I'll see if I can source some brass, and we'll come back to you with that one. And fit it all together, and that'll be the proof in the pudding, as it were. And I'm thinking it'll be pretty good after the last 3 that I've made. So with that said, hope you're all safe and well and everyone's happy. And yeah, a bit of a close up in that one there. And yeah, a little side note you might have seen. That's the reason using that small wheel. It's pretty much the reason why if I can afford them, I'll buy 3M belts. A certain brand, which I'm not going to name, tends to break from time to time, and yeah, a bit nerve wracking. But yeah, never had a 3M belt break yet, especially the Cubitron. They just go to the canvas or whatever it is. But anyway, that's another story. We'll keep blazing on, we'll keep thinking, and we'll keep learning, yeah, and that's what it's all about. So again, hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks for coming along. Enjoy the rest of your day.